10 years.
10 years.
In 10 years.
In 10 years.
In 10 years.
In 10 years, Bella, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself being a physical therapist for a football team. 10 years, I hope I'm on the moon.
In 10 years, I see myself on the beach.
In 10 years, I see myself being an NFL wife from Towson. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know, probably living on a farm.
Phoebe, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Married to my husband and living, I don't know, with cows and chickens.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself by the beach with my husband and kids.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Working in New York for a fashion brand.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I'm gonna be married to my beautiful wife, and we're gonna be living on the moon together.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself as a physician assistant living on the beach with my 2 kids, and I'll have a house in the Hamptons.
Mike, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Back living in my home country, Italy.
Sam, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Back at scenery.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Professional cornhole player.
Where do you guys see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself on Carter's couch in 10 years. Probably working like a bank or something.
Connor, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
What did Evan show us up
In the student section.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Married with kids.
Sam, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I'm going to be an astronaut and probably be on Mars.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
With Macy.
Brady, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
On the phone.
Spurry, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Retired.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Not retired, I'll be
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
homeless, jobless, and hopefully not a woman.
I'm gonna be the president.
Ellie, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
An astronaut on the moon.
Yes. Reagan, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
At a pepper eating contest.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Hell if it's here.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I think I'm gonna be a speech pathologist.
I think I'm gonna be a vet, hopefully.
I'm gonna be in New York and I'll have such a big job.
I hope I'll be working for the Yankees.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
On Sight and Sound in Lancaster, PA.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably like an elementary teacher.
Valerie, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself being a nurse and hopefully graduating.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Living far away.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Back in Australia.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Extremely rich.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully a cop.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Business.
In 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Hopefully alive.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully I'll be really rich and like top of the world.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself teaching here in Provincetown.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself working with plants or something agricultural.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Scratch.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Being a professional bowler.
Where will you be in 10 years?
I'll have a house in Connecticut and out of Maryland.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Living in another country.
I'll probably be getting coffee somewhere.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully be a submarine officer.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully an engineer, maybe in Switzerland.
I'll probably be pulling up to school to teach.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully in 10 years I'm running my father's tow truck business and with a lot of money. A lot of money.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
On my way up. First bill before 30.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Working at a law firm for environmental law.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Homeless in Baltimore.